He's still a little green, a little young, but he's got a lot of potential.
Well, look at how far Edgar Garza has come in his short career, just in the last couple of years, seeing him battle the state of Texas. At once a great tag team competitor, but as a singles competitor, he has gone out there and at one time held that dog pound heavyweight championship belt.
Yeah, Edgar's come a long way in the last couple of years. I tell you, I've been very impressed with him, and he's just a fine young man and a great champion and very intense in the ring. I love the way he works, the way his style is. He's just a great young wrestler.
We'll talk about a little bit about his opponent here in this opening contest of this match.
Well, Braxton's he's like I said, he's a young guy, still kind of learning the ropes, but he's got a lot of potential, a lot of skill. I think this is a guy that can go a long way. You know, it's just like I said, it's that taking those steps to get there.
Tying it up here into the corner now, and that is a clean break there. So good to see as these two guys tie it up and get ready to open up our show tonight here for these great fans in the TSW Plus Arena. And details on maybe a new address coming soon. We will tell you all about that in the coming weeks as soon as everything is signed on the dotted line, James.
So many exciting things going on at TSW, I tell you. I wish we could talk about them, but this is coming up soon, and we will be talking about it. And I tell you what, things are changing in Texas.
Tickets on sale very soon for February 17th. Mark your calendars. You might want to draw a little TSW on your calendar. You still use the old paper kind because that's where you're going to want to be on February 17th. But where would that be? Where would we be going to do that? That's what we have to wait to tell you.
We'll just talk about that later.
Yeah, I guess we will. All right. And you see Braxton there kind of dropping the arm over the shoulder there, putting a lot of pressure on that arm now of Edgar Garza, who tries to find a way out of it, goes to the ropes there, bounces off the rope, untwists that arm and gets a little arm drag of his own there.
Edgar throws in a little bit of that lucha in there once in a while, and you know, he's got a little of that background, but he's a very solid wrestler.
Braxton now comes behind, and it looks like a sleeper hold on Edgar, who is struggling at this point to try to get a little bit of breath in there.
He never got it hooked in very well.
Did not, as Braxton now comes in, rolls him up too, and that's all it's going to be good for. A loss at this point, especially when he's trying to get get enough wins under his belt to get a shot at that title again. Oh, quick grief, they both had the same idea at the same time, James.
yeah, both of them trying to drop kick at the same time. That doesn't work too well.
No.
Yeah.
They gave each other a high five with their toes.
Yeah, one of the things I like about both of these guys is neither one of them are very tall, but both of them have a great base, and they're both athletic. And you know, that bodes well in the wrestling business. So I got a lot of potential right here. Obviously, Edgar has achieved a little bit more than Braxton has at this point, but he's coming along.
Thanks to all these great fans coming out here and making so much noise. And, you know, the guys in the ring, they're in there fighting, but they feed off of that. And we thank our great crowd coming out here each and every night to see this great wrestling action. And look at that. Look at that. Turns that into an arm drag there. Garza's up, ducks the clothesline. Here comes Braxton again. Wow! That's amazing. He has Edgar wondering where he is. It all happened so fast.
You can get disoriented real quick when that happens.
Into the corner with him there goes Braxton. He's going up now, climbing up the ropes. He's now on the top rope. Garza turns around, doesn't see him. Here he comes. Wow!
Another thing I like about these guys is they're like I said, they're both very technically skilled, but they're athletic, and they'll do some of those high-risk moves at times.
Count of only 2 on that pin attempt there, as Garza's reeling after that missile drop kick off the top rope. He walked right into that one and is now suffering at the hands of Braxton here. And as the referee checks him.
Good idea by Braxton there to kind of ground him a little bit, work on him a little bit, try to take a little of that wind away.
That's what he's doing here as Garza struggles to get back to his feet.
Even though that's not a chokehold, that definitely affects your wind.
Absolutely. Just the weight and what these guys are doing to each other as Garza there runs right into that knee. Braxton rolls him over, goes in behind again, and has locked it in once again, James.
And that's the leaning on these guys that affects the wrestler's wind. It
affects the ability of that diaphragm to do its job and breathe.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's a lot of things going on when a guy's got a hold.
Yeah, and now stretching him out is Braxton, and Edgar trying to get this crowd behind him using the boot there to try to get himself motivated up to his feet here. He comes in with his head right in the midsection there. Braxton a chop now. Braxton's off the ropes. Here comes Garza. Ducks under, goes behind, and whoa, what? Up and over.
I don't know what he had in mind there, but it didn't work.
It did not. He's right back where he came from there. And Garza again off the ropes. Here comes Braxton. Big cross body, 1, 2, and that's all it's going to be good for as Braxton kicks out.
Braxton's a little stunned right now, I think.
Probably wondering where he got all of that offense from after all that he had done to him. He doesn't understand the heart of the Texas Wolverine, Edgar Garza. That's one thing you have to know before going into a match with that young man.
That's a fact. That's a weapon he has that a lot of guys don't have. He's just a no-quit kind of guy.
Drop toe hold sends Edgar Garza into that second turnbuckle, and no, Braxton. It's got a facial imprint there right onto the middle turnbuckle there, count of 2, and that's all it's good for.
He's holding his neck yet. That's a real whiplash there.
Absolutely not a good thing to, not a good way to land, and not a good thing to have on your back as you do land.
That's a smart move. He's going right back to what's hurting.
Yep, and that neck is still definitely suffering, and that's, you know, if you don't have your neck, you don't have a whole lot of control of anything, and Braxton off the rope there comes in, drops the knee right on the neck.
Well, in wrestling, if you control the head, you control the body, and that's another one of those things that he's probably thinking about, at least I hope he is, if he's trying to win this match.
Goes for another pin, that's good for only 2 as Garza kicks out once again. Sometimes the head and the heart not communicating there as the heart wants to keep on going, and if he were thinking, he would probably say, no, this is probably time to cash this one in, but you know, it's that the motivation that Garza has. He comes back, he gets him in a power slam there. It almost takes as much out of him as it does his opponent, but Garza is trying.
That can reverse the momentum real fast.
Trying to get back to his feet is Edgar Garza here. As visions of that title dance through his head. He's on his feet. Braxton's there. Garza stops him. Blocked again. Garza with his own punch. He blocks him one more time. And here he comes, a flurry of fists and chops now from Edgar Garza.
It's actually been a pretty clean match. Very brutal, but clean.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys seem to have at least enough respect for each other to keep it clean as Garza now 2 clotheslines. What's it going to be? Up and third? No, big back body drop. Sends Braxton over and down as Garza gets the crowd behind him here. He's in the corner. He's waiting. What's it going to be? Garza goes out now. He turns over Braxton. Here he comes. Good grief. Huge splash, 1, 2, and Braxton kicks out of that one as Garza tries to figure out where to go next.
Well, Braxton's showing a lot of heart there. At least he's coming out of these blows that could have probably beaten most guys.
As Edgar Garza wonders what he has to do to put away Braxton, he also, at some point, good grief.
Reverse that.
Right into that elbow there to the face. Smashes him. And a snap suplex there.
That could be it right there.
Yep,
that would be a surprise.
1, 2, and not quite 3 as Garza again, all heart, kicks out.
That would have been a little bit of an upset, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, especially knowing that Garza is in that title hunt. He wants his shot to get that belt back. And a loss here right now could set him back a few spaces, you know.
Absolutely. It just gives Damage a little more excuses not to give him that rematch.
That's right, and Garza's there ready and waiting as Braxton is up, and I don't think that's where he wanted to go when he started climbing that rope.
Oh,
wait a minute.
There we go.
He turns it into a roll-up, and here comes Garza now. 2, 3, that is it. He wins.
Well, that turned around on him, didn't it?
Edgar Garza.
The Texas Wolverine pulling out a win here in our opening contest of TSW Texas Style Wrestling. What a great job.
What you call thinking off your feet.
Yeah, absolutely, is Edgar Garza now winning this one. We invite you to get on over to TSW Plus, get that app Follow us on there. Make sure you get all the latest videos, and make sure you get your tickets for February 17th. That's where you can see TSW Plus. You can see TSW wrestling action live. And location, well, we're not going to tell you right now. We've got some cool things happening that we're kind of sworn to secrecy right now, James.
Yeah, and the secrets are hard to keep, but this is a good one.
It is. You know how many times I've almost stumbled and said something about that? But I can't yet. We got to get everybody's got to sign on the dotted line here. But man, we got some great news for you. And look at there.
Yeah, sportsmanship. I like to see that.
I love that. Great sign of respect there. And of course, your winner on this one, he is obviously his goal. Look, what is this? Nigel Rabbit.
Well, Nigel's consulting. He's probably impressed with this kid.
Look at Braxton. He's like, I don't think so. No, I'm not. It's not me.
Not my cup of tea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think he just made him an offer there to join the Rabbit Empire?
I don't know, but he probably was thinking about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Edgar, congratulations on that victory tonight. But you don't seem quite satisfied. What is eating at you right now?
First of all, give a round of applause for Braxton. Hell of a debut. But he was going up against the Texas Wolverine, one of TSW's best. And I'm not just here to win. No, you see, I'm on a mission to regain my dog pound world heavyweight championship. And to do that, I gotta go up against one of the baddest men around, Damage. Damage, you've been making my life a living hell. Been attacking me from behind, interfering in my matches. Well, the Texas Wolverine is sick of it. Damage, I'm coming for you, but most importantly, I'm coming back for what's mine, and that is the Dog Pound Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
We will have more on all of this in our main event tonight. Soda Pop and Johnny Lyons, that Junior Heavyweight Championship belt is on the line. It's all coming up here on Texas Style Wrestling.